Hi, Jeff Shore, as we continue our journey here to think through the keys to success and what do sales professionals do well, what do they do right, that will make them more successful both now and in the long term. We've talked about some strategic thoughts up to this point. We looked at our need to have strong confidence, diligence, strategy, and then we looked at technique. But today we're going to look at preparedness, about being prepared. That old Boy Scout motto would absolutely hold true for salespeople. We have to be prepared for anything that our customer might throw at us. Now, one of the things that we, of course, always need to keep in mind in sales is that when the customer is in the process of buying, there's more pressure on the customer than there is on the salesperson. And I say this not because the salesperson is going to put pressure on the customer, but because the salesperson sells every day, but the customer only buys the product every now and then. So there's a comfort that a salesperson has in the process that oftentimes that customer does not have. And because they don't have that, they can get scared. They get nervous. And as they get scared and nervous, they think of objections, they think of issues. Maybe they're not as kind and polite in a sales presentation as a buyer than they would be at a cocktail party. That's fine. They don't owe us anything as customers. But what it does mean to us is that we have to be prepared for what they are going to throw at us. In fact, we have to be so prepared that not only we're going to answer whatever the issue is, but that we're going to do this with calm confidence. And I want to suggest to you, it's one thing to be confident in being brash and out, but I'm talking now about calm confidence. About the opportunity to say to a customer, I get it, I totally understand it, and I can help with that. Thank you for sharing your concern with me. That's calm confidence. And that gets adopted by your customer. They feel the calm, they feel the confident, it's all good. Well, how do you do that? How do you get to calm confidence? Well, I want to suggest to you here that what will tend to happen, our natural tendency as human beings now, when salespeople are human beings, our natural tendency is to stay away from the tough stuff. Our minds, our brains tend to gravitate towards that which is easy. So when we think of a tough issue, a tough situation, a tough objection, we tend to stay away from it. And I want to suggest to you here that you want to think in your sales process about those moments that in the past have caused that little internal shiver. A customer says something and it's sort of like, I hate this. It's whatever that moment is, that issue, that problem, that objection that the customer brings up that causes you to go, that's what you got to attack. That's what you have to attack. You have to tackle that full on right now. You got to figure out what's the right technique, and there are plenty of aids out there to be able to help you with this. There are people that will come to your side, and there are resources to learn how to do it, and then you got to practice it over and over and over and over again so that you can get to the point where you are fully prepared. Because here's what's going to happen. When that customer brings it up, there's something of a test. Now, they may not think of it as a test, but if you fail, if you can't handle that issue, your customer will know it. And they lose confidence in you. That doesn't help anybody at all. So I want to suggest you here to get aggressive on this. Think of that moment in the sales conversation that most causes you to go, ugh. Embrace that. Run with it. Figure it out. Practice it over and over and over and over again until you can give your customer calm confidence. And that is when you change their world.